Shalom, everybody. Rabbi Edelstein here with this week's installment of Rabbi E in 3, brought to you as always by MEOR DC. You can find us at MEORDC.com or on Facebook and learn about all of our programs. Who is next to me? My daughter Miriam, my younger daughter, or Mimi as we call her. She is here in front of you and with me tonight because we're thanking her for setting up a whole new look for Rabbi E in 3. This beautiful set, where I am now with a bulletin board behind me, Rabbi E in 3 sheet, MEOR DC logo, beautiful photos of our family. That's all due to her brains and advice, the production director, Mimi Edelstein. Thank you, Mimi. It's good to be in a home of my own. It's taken a few years, but this is the new home of Rabbi E in 3. Now, I better have something profound to say, huh? Okay, well, we'll try. This week's Torah portion makes it easy, well, if not to be profound, at least to deal with profound topics. Because in this week's Torah portion, Bo, the third portion in the book of Shmos or Exodus, we have the inauguration of the Jewish people as a whole. And what do I mean by that? Of course, the whole book of Bereshit, or most of it, dealt with our forefathers, the matriarchs and the patriarchs. But now in the beginning of the book of Shmos, it started with Yaakov Avinu, Jacob, and his family going down to Egypt. And then they grew quickly in terms of years and verses in the Torah into a nation. But it's in Parshas Bo that Hashem brings us out of Egypt. The last 3 plagues, the culmination of that whole process, the exodus from Egypt, in other words, is completed. Not completed, I guess. Next week is a splitting of the sea. But the leaving of the land of Egypt is this week's Torah portion, Bo. And there are a lot of interesting points in this Torah portion. It says, of course, at the very beginning, Hashem tells Moshe to go, as he's been telling him in a similar way before, to go to Paro and give him another chance and remind him that he must send out my people that they may serve me. That's the purpose. That was the purpose of the Exodus, that we would become a people who would serve Hashem. Of course, that was completed by the getting of the Torah at Mount Sinai to serve Hashem. You know, you don't go from overnight from being a slave to a servant of Hashem. Even though the rabbis say there are some similarities, they had to follow the word of Paro very closely. And now we were being transferred to a new master in order to follow the word of Hashem very closely. So there was some parallelism, but it's still a different life. The service of Hashem requires not just bodily quickness and energy, but an inner desire to serve Hashem. That's the purpose of the Exodus. That is the purpose of the whole Torah, to serve Hashem. It takes practice. Whether it's the mitzvot we do with just our bodies, you know, a young boy, let's say, learns how to put on tefillin. It doesn't go smoothly right away. It takes practice. I was on the slopes with my daughter Mimi yesterday skiing. We had a wonderful day. It takes practice to become a good skier. It takes practice to become an Eved Hashem, a servant of Hashem. And that's true of the bodily commandments, like I said, or the inner commandments. Loving God, having awe of God. The seeds are planted within us, but we have to develop them with practice. Have a wonderful Shabbos, and together in this new set, with the help of Mimi's great help, we'll practice together to become greater and greater servants of Hashem. Good Shabbos.